Well, I'll tell you, it should have never been that close. I mean, our first half, we looked so impressive, and then we go into kind of like this mode that allows teams to get back in the game. I was fired up right up until the third quarter, and we started to let the Saints climb back into it. So frustrating. We need to have that killer instinct, and I'm not sure why O'Connell was calling pass plays when we should have been running the ball to start running down the clock. That would have been the right thing to do when it was like when we were up like 27 to 3. You don't continue to pass. No need to do that. You run the ball, run down some clock, throw when you have to, and especially when we have a running back like Chandler. I've been saying since I started doing these podcasts again that Chandler should be our first down back or our main running back. Yeah, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but you can see why I feel like he should be the number one back. The guy is like a home run threat every time he touches the ball, in my opinion. Um, Madison, I love Madison. I wouldn't trade him, but he just doesn't have the speed. He just doesn't have that speed that we need, and yeah, I guess he got concussed, so there's a good chance that we're going to see a lot more Chandler next week and hopefully the weeks following. He just brings so much juice to the game when he comes into games that it makes just too much sense not to make him number one back. But a win is a win. I should have been a lot more than a one score game. Always seems to come down to that Hail Mary that you're holding your breath. Why does it always have to be like that? Can't we just like up 27 to 3? Can't we blow out a team and do it in a smart way instead of handing it back to the Saints? Um, let's talk about some of the players that really stepped up. Obviously, Chandler. Obviously, Dobbs came in. He looked really good. I thought he was going to have a second game letdown, but he did not. He threw the ball well, used his legs. I think he got sacked one time, but that was on a really good blitz by the Saints. But he looked really good and played really well. So I'm wondering, did we make a mistake with Cousins? Does Cousins owe us some money? If you're the Wilks, do you like bring him in the office and say, hey, you owe us some money here? I mean, he couldn't. Dobbs is just playing so much better with really no time to really get prepared. So here I am bad mouthing Cousins. He was playing well, but Dobbs is playing really well. You feel like you got a shot with Dobbs. You feel like when you're down at the in the red zone, you're going to score. Where when we had Cousins, you kind of felt like we weren't going to score. If anyone can agree with me on that. Um, so you hate to see a guy go down with an injury like what Cousins had, but sometimes it's a blessing in disguise. This might be the case. In fact, if I'm going to talk like that, I might as well say that unfortunately, Madison going down with a concussion, that might be another blessing in disguise because now we can see Chandler. I bet you next week when he plays a lot more, we're gonna start forgetting about Madison. Madison is our third down back when we need 1 yard, 3 yards. He's our guy. Even number 26 when he came in looked pretty good. I mean, these guys can get to the outside where Madison cannot. He always wants to cut it back in. There was a play where he should have continued going outside, but he goes back inside and he gets tackled. So Chandler is our guy. Let's talk about Metellus. Another strong game, all over the place. Made a huge third down stop, or down, in when the Saints were, I think it was the second to last series or something like that. He looked really good. He's been a solid player. I felt last year he should have been playing a lot more. So I'm glad that he's now playing this year, and he's showing that he belongs on the field. The other guy that belongs on a field that I don't have a picture of is Blackman, and I'll even say Blackman over Murphy. I know Murphy had a pick today, but it wasn't like he made a really good play to make that pick. I mean, he was there and he caught the ball good enough, but Blackman, he's a strong defensive player. I really like the way he plays, and I'd like to see more of him on a play basis to see what he can do. I don't know what happened to Evans, but he wasn't in a game in the second half. He might have been injured again. He's a really good player. I really like him, but I think he's fragile. I think he gets hurt like too easy, and I don't know if it's because he's trying to hit too hard or what the story is. But we'll wait until the press conference to see what happened to Evans. But he was definitely not in the game. And then last but not least, Hunter again just played just an incredible game. I don't know why we're talking about, when I say we, the media and everyone that seems to be around the Vikings, they're talking about trading Hunter, for a draft pick or two. Hunter isn't going anywhere. He's staying right here. He's our best player on defense. Why would you even consider the thought of trading Hunter for draft picks that you don't know what you're going to get? At least with Hunter, you know what you're going to get. And before I forget, speaking of getting, go to Vike.com. Viking tickets for sale, good price. You can use crypto. I do have my own Vike tokens. And because we won today, the next person who purchases tickets will get 100 free tokens towards the price of the tickets. So if 2 tickets are like $400 without any extra fees, it would be 400 tokens. Check it out. We also have a couple of wholesalers that can help you with the process. There is a little learning curve. You have to download the MetaMask wallet, and then get the tokens onto your wallet, and then use your wallet and go to the site Vike.com and buy your tickets. With 6-4, I think we can realistically start to really think about the playoffs, potentially even a home game. We shall see. Let's see what happens. I am very optimistic. Again, I'm not as fired up as I was after the first half, only because we became the same old Vikings. We let the team back in it. We can't seem to put teams away and keep them there. It's like we're too nice or something like that. Very frustrating. But a win is a win. And let's just take a quick break and hear from one of our sponsors. Welcome to Prairie Machining, #1 machine shop in Minnesota. Located in Chaska, Minnesota. Located just 25 miles southwest of Minneapolis. If you're looking for quality machine parts, you need to call 952-448-4005. I'll tell you, I love Chaska, Minnesota. If I ever move to Minnesota, I would move to Chaska in a minute. You guys happy? Are you happy with 6-4? On the way back? Skull. Let's skull out. Skull, skull, skull.